Hey, stop, stop, stop. Look at this, 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 and this.
Okie dokie, we're still at the Painting and Decorating Show 2026 at the NEC. Now this is day 3, and over the last couple of days I've been walking around and I've been seeing, I'm going to swivel the camera, I've been looking at the Skills Hub, which is linked to the Painting and Decorating Association, and it's all the young boys and girls, I hope you don't mind me calling you a young boy and girl, that are actually demonstrating the skills that they've got. This would be the sort of thing that if they went on to the National Award Apprentice competitions, this is the sort of projects that they actually do. Now, I've been very lucky, I've just off camera spoke to Romilly Oliver, who's a young lady that has got her qualifications in painting and decorating, works in her family business, which is run by her father, who is an ex-college lecturer, which has all helped towards her great skills. I'm going to swivel the camera around, and I'd like Romilly just to tell us where she is in the business, what she's doing, and why she's here today. I think you can probably cover everything. So nice to meet you, and lovely to talk to you, and I think you can do the talking now for me.
So my name's Romilly Oliver. I work for my dad's company, Scott Oliver Decorating, and I'm so lucky to have been taught by someone that's had masses of experience in this industry. We're here at the Skills Hub alongside the PDA. What we're demonstrating is the work involved in competing as an apprentice decorator. So the competitions that they run are for anyone completing a painting and decorating qualification, and you show off your cutting in skills, freehand painting, laying out. We make stencils, apply stickers. So it's all hard work, but at the end of it, you know, all of us here are up for national awards, so we can put that onto our CVs. We win prizes, we get to go up to London for the Trophy Awards, meet lots of people in the industry. So it's a great experience.
And that's the main trophy awards that the PDA actually do. Are they?
Yeah.
Is it the Palestine? Oh, I can't say that.
It's at the
Palisters.
Plasterers Hall in London. They run it every year, and so we're lucky enough to be invited there to go up on stage.
Have you won there, or have you just been forwarded as in a nomination?
So we're all heading there to find out whether we won first or second. I'll see you later.
Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know just yet whether we've got first or second, but we're all up for awards, so that's next week and we'll find out.
Have you ever been before?
No, so I've competed for the past 3 years. My dad's had many students win it before, and I would have been so gutted if I didn't make it this year, but I've made it. I've just finished my apprenticeship, qualified with a distinction, so it's all perfect timing for me really, and yeah, I'm excited to go to the awards.
That's brilliant, you'll have a fantastic experience. Just touching on your qualifications and finishing your apprenticeship, many of the viewers of the channel know that my son wants to come into the business next year, and we're looking at doing college and things like that. What have you actually learned? I mean, you're very much like me. We've come from a family business, so you've got probably 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of everybody else. What do you actually do at college? What have you been doing? Is it covering all aspects of the trade, or do you feel like you've missed out on a few things that you've actually gained because you've actually been working on site with your father? A lot of questions in one, but as a young person doing it, do you feel you've missed out on anything at college that you feel like should have been taught?
I mean, I had to go through an online college, which it's quite annoying to be honest. I don't get to mix with other students or apprentices my own age. I'm lucky that my dad is probably my best friend and we get on so well, and he has had so much experience teaching. I don't think colleges, especially online colleges, offer the same level of skill that they used to. The standard isn't as high anymore. You barely need to know how to wallpaper to be a decorator now, to be honest. And it is kind of sad to see. It's sad to see a lot of the skills being lost. A lot of the teaching is not as high quality as it used to be. I feel lucky that I've had, you know, all sorts of experience with my dad. We do crazy wallpapering ceilings, we do gilding, we do sign writing, like all the proper decorator stuff, and it is great to learn from him, and I just wish that could be shared with more students and more apprentices.
But Romilly, this is why you've got distinction, and this is why you've been put forward to actually win an award, and fingers crossed, whether it's a gold or a silver, it doesn't matter. You've been put forward out to everybody that applies. You've had the grounding, you've had the basics, and that's why you're here today.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Let's put you on the spot. What's your favourite part of the trade, and why did you get into the trade? And don't say it's because my dad said what you're going to do when you leave school. We've all had that, haven't we? But why did you come into the trade?
So I did my A-levels at school. Originally I wanted to be a dentist, and obviously I was aware of painting.
That's really good money, but decorating pays even more.
Yeah, well, I was aware of painting and decorating. It had always been a part of my life. I used to go to the workshops with my dad when I was younger, and after my A-levels I took a bit of a year out, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I think the point in my life is going to be being happy in what I do. It's not going to be making money, it's not going to be, you know, being the smartest person or being the most well-known person. It's going to be being happy, and if I can wake up every day and be happy going to work, that's a job I'll do forever. And I am. I love waking up, going to work with my dad. The customers we have are amazing, and I just enjoy it. It's relaxing, it's therapeutic, it's a lovely trade to be in.
I don't want to scare you, but as my father standing on my shoulder that set up his business in 1965, started as an apprentice in 1959, and is still working today and will be on a job next week, and he's 82. He's clearly woke up every morning and enjoyed every day of his life.
Oh my God.
And that's why he's still working today.
Romilly's quite correct.
Yeah, well this is why decorators last so long.
Yeah.
You know, we all know decorators that are God knows how old.
Yeah.
But you know, they're obviously having a good time. They're listening to their music.
We thought
they're
it's
chilling
'cause-
out.
Like actors, we never retire.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be called on at 95 to play Queen Elizabeth or whatever it might be. You're an actor.
I'm hoping that's not picked up on camera. But yeah, going back to what you're learning, and what's the side of the trade that you really enjoy? Don't go for the obvious, say the money maker. Everybody wants to be doing wallpapering because there's big money in it. What else do you enjoy doing? I know I'm a good 6 years. When I was doing my training and everything, it was still fashionable to do the marbling and the graining and the decorative paint finishes. We were earning big money at that. There's a big circle change that's fell by the wayside. What are you enjoying in the trade that I was enjoying 36 years ago? What's the new generation enjoying?
I think a big part of it for me is the interior design aspect. That's what I'm into. I have a vision for things. I can see what colours go with what. I can picture everything, just how the customers want it. So that's an extra thing that we kind of offer. Dad's qualified in interior designing,
Good.
and that's a path that I want to go down as well. Just advising people on what's best to use. I love that side of it. Having a vision and then creating it.
Yeah. Don't want to hold you up because you've got this to finish off, but I'm going to quick fire questions. Water-based or oil-based?
Water-based.
Tape or no tape?
No tape.
Freehand cutting in?
Yep.
Oh, you've got
All
to move
the
with the
time.
Oh no! You clearly need to see some of my videos. Are you into spraying yet?
Here and there.
Something you'll move into?
Yeah.
What do you think about the roll-on spray plaster sort of parts of the trade that's coming through? Have you tried it?
What, the big tubs? And I've watched some videos. I'm not sold. I've got the stuff at home, so when I get a chance in my own house, I'm going to give it a go.
Give it a try.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's really decorating.
We're going to say it aids the decorator and gives you a better surface to work on, and I
Yeah.
think moving forward you'll go. I spoke to Phil all them years ago and he told me about roll-on plaster and spray plaster, and now you'll be using it and think nothing of it. It's a tool of the trade that I think the decorator needs to look into more and not dwell on the past. I think we've got to move with the times. I'm going to finish. What's your, I hate the word go-to, what's your favourite paints to use when we're looking at water-based wood finish paints?
Wood finish?
Yeah, as in your woodwork, skirting, your door frames.
Oh.
If you went for a water-based paint, who would you go and pick up off the back of the van?
Padre, water-based woodwork paint, what are we using?
What are we using?
The best one.
Oh God, on camera.
Yeah.
Aquaguard.
Johnson's Aquaguard. Dulux Heritage is the best for walls, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find good woodwork paint nowadays.
Especially whites.
I'm going to stop at that. I'm going to say thank you very much. We'll talk off camera. I'm going to say thank you very much appreciated. I'm going to do this as a video which will be just for you on YouTube, so all your friends can watch it. I'll put you on the spot, but do you know what? Off the cuff always works the best. So I'm going to shake your hand and
Thank you.
all the best for the future for you as well.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you.